Crimson Black Blaze, king of myriad of worlds. Though I promote the laws of nature, I am the alias of destruction incarnate. In accordance with the principles of all creation, let the hammer of eternity descend unto me! Explosion!
I said explosion! Stupid fake staff!
Yes, I believe Konosuba is one of the greatest animes in the universe. If you don't know, Konosuba is an anime that belongs primarily to the isekai genre, that focuses on one key aspect that many other animes in the same genre put to the sidelines, that being to subvert the viewer's expectations. While it can be argued that other animes both in and out of the isekai genre have this trait, Konosuba takes subversion in a different light to make an anime that is both funny and extremely relatable. The main synopsis of Konosuba is your run-of-the-mill isekai plot of your main hero, that being Sato Kazuma, is reincarnated into a magical world after dying in Japan in order to defeat the Demon King, who is causing trouble in the land. That might sound generic at first, but what subverts everyone's expectations have to be the characters themselves. Each of them has a flaw that subverts the viewer by both complementing and going against their character archetypes. Take the main cast for example. Our protagonist Kazuma, despite being the hero, is a lazy person who avoids fights with anyone if possible because of his average skill set. Despite this, he becomes the most reliable person in the group when everyone's back is towards the wall. Aqua, despite being an actual goddess, lacks self-awareness of any of her actions and causes the most trouble for the group. But she is the most understanding out of all of them and forgives any bad actions or consequences that anyone does. The Archwizard Megaman can be described as insanely tenacious by focusing on an explosion spell that essentially makes her a glass cannon. Considering she is a spellcaster though, she is fairly intelligent, and her tenacious personality makes her the most loyal in the group. As a noble and a crusader, Darkness is pretty devoted to caring and protecting her friends and homeland from enemies. On the other hand, her actual masochistic personality is the one usually dictating first and foremost whenever she puts herself on the front lines. These flaws are glaring issues when it comes to everyday life in the Konosuba world, but on the other hand, they make the characters feel more human-like compared to protagonists in other anime. Viewers will be able to relate to the entire group as they try to overcome each obstacle they encounter each day in spite of the flaws, whether that's coming from an outside force or even each other at times. It also leads to some hilarious antics that, in combination with the characters feeling relatable, will make you feel as if you've experienced this type of event before in real life. The animation and music of the series only add to this hilarity, due to their immediate and sudden changes from time to time. The animation in particular can go from your standard anime expectations of big eyes and semi-realistic features to cartoon-esque facial expressions when someone is shocked or frightened. There are also other times when characters would just start losing frames, probably to emphasize a certain goddess's hysterical complaints when she's blamed for a problem. And every once in a while, the animation turns drastic when it's completely unnecessary, such as when, out of all things, Kazuma's hand is given extra frames of animation while he's, threatening to steal women's underwear. The soundtrack includes a variety of songs that are perfect for every situation. A full-out orchestra can be heard when proper adventuring is being enacted, or when explosions are about to take place, highlighting the feeling of grand expectations one should expect from a fantasy world. And then there are times when the song is essentially just 3 instruments playing, which fits the mood when the entire group becomes broke and the repercussions of that are still settling in their minds. There are even certain tracks that are played during unfitting situations, highlighting the subversion in the soundtrack too. Darkness's theme that plays when meeting Kazuma for the first time, or a mysterious lament theme as Megaman scrounges for bread crusts, are tracks that don't really fit the tone of the scene and make the viewer second guess on what's actually happening on screen. All of this combines into an anime that is both relatable and hilarious that I personally believe even those not into isekai animes can enjoy. Everything about Konosuba subverts expectations, from the characters to the animation decisions, and I believe it's one of the most hilarious and greatest anime in the universe. So, how about it? Feel like voting for Konosuba as the greatest anime of all time?
You fool! You chose an isekai? There's like a million other better anime than this! I'm not voting for this. Move on to the next video.
Wait, don't just cut me off.